Well, good morning and welcome to Town Head in the Lake District. We're gonna get onto High Street, go and take in High Street Peak, and do a little loop back, bringing us back down towards Kirkstone Pass. I've optimistically got my shades on, but overcast at the moment. There is forecast a little bit of rain, but we should be alright. Some of the peaks are still snow-capped, you can see on the way in, so it might be a little bit chilly, but got all the gear we need. Just off for a little bit of dinner, cheeky lunchtime beer as ever, and hopefully a nice walk, some beautiful sights, maybe a touch of snow on the top if we get a little bit. So yeah, let's go for a little walk in the lakes. When you get to the end of the really good tarmac, the main road, come through a gate down there which leads you into the fields where the sheep are lambing at the moment. You cross this little river and you can either go left or right, and it's not really a clear cut path, it's just a public right of way across the field. You can just about tell it's trodden away. Take this right, this will start bringing you uphill towards High Street. And if you're lucky, the sun might just come out and you can get some use out of your sunglasses. But the signs everywhere, if you're coming this time of year, May, spring, it's just keeping your dogs on a lead and closing the gates, because the lambs are tiny and a domestic dog would still do a lot of damage if they got hold of them. But once you come over that first little bit of ascent, come alongside the disused quarry here, you get your first real view down the valley of this back end of High Street, and it's quite steady away here. It's not really a massive climb, but you can see that it's coming. You can see that you're going to start to have to put a little bit of work in. What I was worried about, not being able to use sunglasses in the sun, has suddenly made an appearance. We are walking towards the clouds, but so far, fingers crossed, it's lovely. I'm going to spin you around here, so like I always say, it's wide angle lens, so you're never going to get the best impression, but if I do it slowly you might just be able to take in these peaks. The tongue is on my left if you need a reference point to where we are, and then like I say, you just start to get an appreciation of where we're heading and the fact that there is going to be a little bit of gradient. When we get up to the cairn on High Street, I'm pretty sure it's 828 metres or somewhere thereabouts. I'll look at the map in a bit. So yeah, see you when I'm a little bit more out of breath further up. Officially on High Street, and we've got a good clearing in the clouds here, just to show you one more time these views. Right back down there, Windermere on the right, High Street running right down the middle, and just about to head into the cloud line. I think altitude wise we're about 760, 780, something like that. So like I say, the top's 800 and a bit. You've done all the hard work already on this little route, so There's the undulations, of course, but this means you can enjoy the scenery now, and it's a little bit more casual. But you'd have to put a bit of graft in to start, so be prepared for that. Absolutely glorious up here on the high street today. Views all around when the cloud goes out. Snow capped all the way up to the north and deeper as well, right out there towards Scaffell. Just beautiful. The snow capping, it's not particularly cold, it's still nice, but it's just give it that really bright glow, and the effects of the snow under your feet as well adds to it as well. So, assuming some of these clouds that are surrounding me don't close in and completely make me out to be a liar, it is absolutely gorgeous up here. Not far off the summit now. Speak to you when we get there. Okay, so once you come down off the high street cairn at the top there, walk down here and you get a lovely view over Hazewater. I'm just going to follow this, even in the snow, quite obvious track down to the Knott. Lose some altitude down there. We'll probably stop at that town over there in the distance for some dinner, and we're going to come down and walk out through the valley around the back. So for dinner today, we stopped here at Hazewater town. Tried to find a bit of shelter, so hopefully it's not too windy. I'm being a bit posh today. I'm going to make Vietnamese Pho. So here's our ingredients. We've got spring onions, chilies. We've got star anise. This here is lemongrass, loads of ginger, and some demerara sugar. All that's and we're done with that. Beef stock. So it's cheating a little bit, but I am using a camping stove, and I am just off the side of High Street in the lakes, so bear with me. So we're just boiling our water up to start the broth, and then we're going to have to boil it, well, simmer it 25-30 minutes. And in the meantime, while we're doing that, we're going up to the town for a little look, open the beer of the day, which today is a straight down, just chill out for a little bit. Okay, so we are boiling. There you go. Some ingredients. Just knock that down, save a little bit of gas. That's a good old boil as well. Get this in there. Like so. Probably about enough, to be fair. Give that a little bit of a mix up. Like so. Oops. Funnily enough, that boiling water made the pan hot. Okay, so get that back on there. So turn our heat back up. And as soon as it starts to boil again, we just take the edge off and just let it simmer away. Right, so our broth's had, how long's it had? Just over 25 minutes now. You would like to do it for a bit longer, but we'll go where we are. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just knock that heat down a little bit. Take the lovely, beautiful broth. And we're just going to sieve this off. So then we're left with all the flavour in there, but we don't need that anymore because it's done the damage. Turned our water into this beautiful Vietnamese soup. Put that back on the heat. Turn it back up a little bit. And just give our noodles a little bit of a soak. One little noodle brick, that's all you need. Stick that in there. It's a good time to just little dash fish sauce. Plenty. Just a quick one while waiting for that to boil. All this stuff, it's byproducts of making the broth right. Technically it's all biodegradable, but same thing with a banana peel, biodegradable, apple peel, apple core, biodegradable, but always take your rubbish out with you, because if everybody had these little dinner times, everyone had an apple, a banana, and everyone just threw it, and it'd be everywhere, and it wouldn't biodegrade quick enough, because sometimes, especially in summer, the hills are absolutely rammed, so take it all away with you. Good deep for the day. So noodles pretty much done. So now we're going to add in bean sprout, like so. It's a bit gruesome this if you don't like blood, but if you like rare steak, this is for you. Okay, so I just seared this morning, just sealed it basically. So you get, I suppose it's cooked a little bit more, but basically you want it very rare in the middle. Just add that in there. So, and what'll happen is just these few moments while you're getting your garnish on and stuff, the broth will just finish that off. I mean, if you like it rare anyway, that's fine, but because we're not bringing it straight from the pan, like normally it would still be warm from frying it, but because we're not doing that, we need to just warm it through the broth a little bit. A few wedges of lime, just pop them in. For display than anything, you know, because everyone's judging us up there in the hills. Big bunch of coriander, get that in there. And then lastly, we've got spring onions, more chilli, bang it all in. So, go for your mountain walk. You don't have to eat pre-packaged stuff, freeze-dried stuff, dried noodles. Look at this. Fillet steak, Vietnamese Pho. I mean, you literally couldn't eat better if you cooked it at home. Let's give it a little go. If someone serve you that in a restaurant, you'll be made up. Lake District, walking, good food. Why can't you have it all? do on your next walk? Oh. Right, I need a moment. Amazing though, do it. Once you've come down this path here, all the way following Hayeswater Gill, all the way down to the bottom to the disused mine or disused quarry, whatever it is, you can cross the river down at the bottom there, pop back up here, and then just behind this dry stone wall, we've got our path heading back. It heads into this little valley to the other side of the ridge line we've been following on the left, and then there will be a little ascent to head back up to crossroads on the top near High Street, which I forget what it's called, but the route will be up anyway. So, mild ascent at the moment, but it does get a little bit worse towards the end, and then it's all downhill back into the same valley we came out of and home. By the time you get to the end of it, you'd be forgiven, like me, for starting to think there's only one way in and one way out, because if you look at the face in front of you, I mean, that up there is about 480 metres, 450 metres, something like that. And you're just like, where's the path going to go? But have faith, it's going to meander around, and it does go straight up there, but you just can't see it. And there will be cut-up steps as well, so it's not as harsh as it looks. And don't forget, before you even start that climb, we're always gaining altitude just on this path even now, so it looks a bit intimidating, especially considering you've already done about 16 kilometres, something like that, 14, 15, 16. But hopefully your fur for dinner just give you the energy to power through. Okay, just on that ascent out of the valley onto Freshwaite Mount, I think this is. And I just wanted to quickly show you now the sun's come out how gorgeous it is. Last little bit of the walk here through Troutbeck Park, it's called. It's literally just the other side of the valley from where we went up. It's a bit boggy in places, but for the most part it's lovely. It's quite flat. I mean, I have got a lovely early evening to be doing it in. Again, I imagine if it was pouring down with rain, then the little boggy bits wouldn't be as nice. Yeah, gorgeous evening, and birds singing, not seeing a single soul the entire afternoon. So again, these little places in the lakes, if you just go off the beaten track just ever so slightly, we're literally like a valley away from a really busy one. This is what you get the peace and quiet, you get the wilderness feeling. So Troutbeck Park, big plus is gorgeous river through the middle of it, river, stream, brook, I don't know. And if you had the time to go and have a chill out over there, have a read and have a little drink or something, it'd be nice. Right, that's it, we're pretty much there, apart from that original bit of road where we had the runaway sheep right at the beginning. We're on 14.5 miles, it's going to be over 15 by the time we get back to the car, so considering we've done some pretty decent fells there as well, it's been a good day, big session. This is the original bit where we cut across the field over here. So we'll just close the gate because of guys like this. Oh, but yeah, it's a good route that if you've got a good day. I started a little bit late, so I'm rushing a little bit now to get back. Plenty of daylight this time of year. And we've been so lucky with the weather. I bumped into a few people who said they got wet today, and I've pretty much dodged it the entire day, especially for dinner, which took a little bit more time than it normally would today. So, as ever, I shall pop the route up if you want to have a look. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to the beautiful lakes, because that's what really does the work, isn't it? Not me. Okay. Thanks again. Bye for now.